HMG Weekly Wrap-Up. Bringing you the latest headlines in the news, what you missed on the podcast, upcoming events, community updates, and stories spotlighting our community heroes. This is where the week gets wrapped up, HMG style. And now, here's your host, Mr. Adam Bird.
All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully y'all can hear me. How we all doing? As you can see, we are not in the home office. We are in this little cubicle thing in the hotel lobby. And now that I'm talking loud, everybody's looking over here like, what the hell is that guy doing? Do not try to apprehend the man in the beard. Anyway, happy Friday, everybody. It's time for your HMG Weekly Wrap-Up. We are on the road again. We're back in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Had to come down and see the Spawn. He is down here and asked for us to come back down. So we said, why not? Let's do it. Let me see here. Nope, I'm playing with stuff I shouldn't be playing with. We're just going to leave it. Anyway. Hey, I got a special guest lined up for you guys today. We're going to be talking with him. I'm going to bring him on in just a second. No stranger to HMG. We've got a hero story I want to share with you. And then we're going to hit some news topics that we saw earlier this week. Plus, I want to talk about two new shows that just went live this week here at Heroes Media Group. So as you tune in, as you guys watch this, share this out with your friends. Let everybody know. Let's go ahead and get started. So without further ado, this special guest this week has been on a bit of a hiatus, if you will. You've seen him on HMG. He's got a podcast called The Strategic Veteran. He's my good friend, Mr. Adam Peters. Adam, what's up, brother? How are you?
Hey, buddy. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I appreciate you jumping on. And while we're doing this, I should probably share this out so people can come over and, watch the show.
Did you forget to share it out?
Yeah, I forgot to share it out. I'm sitting here, it's live, and I'm just like, oh, we're live, we're good. And then I forget to share it.
Yeah, but it should automatically share from StreamYard.
It does. It shares there, but I'm talking about to my personal.
Oh.
And all the other different ones.
So many things you have to do.
I'm just a man. I'm just a man.
I feel it.
But anyway, let's go ahead and get this party started. Adam, you recently took a little trip down south. I say south, I'm not talking old Mexico. I'm talking even further south than that. Did you not?
I did. Yeah, I went to South America, to Peru.
Went to Peru. First off, how was it? And then can you talk about why you were there?
Well, it was rough. This was a tough trip, man. This is the longest trip I've taken down there, the hardest work I've ever done. And I went down there to be better as a person, as a man, as a human. Honestly, that's the whole reason I go. Yeah.
Where in Peru exactly, and how long were you? I mean, you were there for pretty much all of June, right?
21 days. Yeah, I flew into Lima. From Lima, catch a little short hour and 10-minute flight to Tarapoto, which is kind of in the north west of it's the jungle and the mountains. It's miserable, and I hate it. I hate the jungle. I really hate the jungle. I hate it so much, man. But it's necessary for growth, right? You have to go do things that make you extremely uncomfortable, and just flying down there, getting to Tarapoto, being in a third world, tiny little, I think it was founded in the 1800s. It's not a very big town. It's super walkable. You could see all of it in a day. It's uncomfortable, man. And then from there, you go up the mountain into the jungle, which is where I spent 17 of the 21 days. And it just one walking mosquito bite, and it's hot, and it rained a lot, and it's miserable, man.
So I guess the first question is, I mean, I know the answer, but like, why? Why? I mean, you said earlier, you hinted around to it earlier, like, hey, you got to do hard things to be better. What was this that made you better? Or what? I mean, was this like this was a planned like retreat kind of a thing?
Yeah, so I go, for those that are listening that don't know me or know what I'm involved in, I go to Peru. I have a partnership with Amacaya, which is a ayahuasca retreat. And so I go every year and I at least do 3 or 4 ayahuasca ceremonies to just be better, to be uncomfortable, to find the growth that I'm looking for. This year, I actually did 4 ceremonies. So the first 3, and then I went into a 9-day master plant dieta with Ajo Sacha and spent 9 days in the Tambo in the jungle by myself with no phone, no books until the last couple of days. And the first 4 days was a dry fast, only drinking the plant water, which it was not great. But yeah, man, why do I do it? I asked myself that probably 100,000 times while I was sitting in isolation for 9 days by myself. Because of the results, man. They speak for themselves. 3 years ago, I went to Peru for the first time with Heroic Cards Project and did 3 ceremonies of ayahuasca, and it completely changed my life. I lost 100 pounds. I built everything that I have now. Met you, built the network that I have, created the opportunity for myself. And so at this point, it's not even an option. It's just a calling. The medicine calls to me, and I go and I hate it, usually in the moment. And then I come back and I integrate all of these lessons that I learn, and putting a name or words to those lessons is next to impossible, because it's not like instant. It doesn't happen in the moment. Sometimes it does, but it's something that comes to you over days and weeks and even months after you come back from a trip like that.
It's crazy. Like I mean, obviously, knowing you as long as I have now, and I've done interviews with other people that have done ayahuasca and stuff like that, and it's fascinating to me to hear the results of what people have experienced, from it, and moving forward. So happy to have you back out of the jungle. I do want to ask you a little bit more about the being in the jungle, the 9 days of isolation. Like, when you say you were in the jungle, like, I'm a visionary person. So it was like Adam walks out in the jungle, finds a big tree to sit under, and jaguars and snakes are walking past him like he's not there. Kind of like, what's going on?
So Jonathan and Kaisa have a piece of property in San Antonio, Peru, right on the river, kind of at the top. I'd say the top of a mountain. Everything's a mountain around there, and then there's obviously higher mountains. And so about 200 meters behind the house, up the hill, even further up the mountain, it's pretty steep, is a tambo that was built specifically for dietas like this. And so essentially, when you go up to the tambo, you're up there by yourself for 9 days. And the first 4, you don't see a single human being. You can't see anybody else on the property the way that it's laid out, because you're above everything. So you're actually looking at the roof of the main house. And then the mountains, on the other side of the river I think it's the southwest is the direction that I was looking. And so all you have is a bed. There is a sink in the tambo. So I would say it's probably the size of my office, which is like 10 by 12 is like the whole, to include the patio outside. There's a nice, like, giant wood, like, log table that sits out on the patio with a rocking chair, and that's it. Now I want a rocking chair for my own house. Like, I spent so much time in that rocking chair. I'm a fucking old man now, and I need a rocking chair, man. But you don't see anybody for 4 days, and that's the whole point. Like, a master plant dieta and fasting, dry fasting, only drinking the plant, which is probably a 24-ounce bottle. So I would separate it into fourths. I wrote about this on my Substack for anybody that wants to actually, like, get more information out of it and see what I'm actually learning from this experience. But I would at meal times I would drink, and then right before bed I would drink, and I did that for 4 days with no food and no other water other than just some clean water to brush my teeth with. And the whole point of it is not to have eye contact or a conversation with anyone. And believe it or not, that was the easiest part for me. Just speaking from my own experience, this is the first time I've ever done a master plant dieta, and That was the easy part. I'm used to starving. I fast a lot anyway. Our good buddy Joe, he's over the moon impressed with my ability to fast. I know you have even commented on it when we're at, together or whatever.
Yeah.
So the fasting part wasn't hard for me. Even the being alone part, it's day 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 where it really starts to get to you, and you're just like, why am I fucking doing this? Why did I pay money to do this? I just want to go home. You start thinking. Now, mind you, when you do get food back, it's very bland. So you break the fast with some chicken broth, a big ass bowl of chicken broth.
Yeah.
Which I couldn't even finish. By the way, I mean it was ridiculous. And then it's really bland. And I don't eat like most people, so I don't eat a lot of vegetables and fruits and all that. Which you're not getting any fruits on this diet anyway. So it was like boiled eggs and rice in chicken broth for a meal, and then chicken breast and yucca in chicken broth for the next 5 or 6 days. And no salt, no sugar, no oils of any kind, just food as it is prepared straight from the animal.
So it's
brutal, man. It's
a complete cleanse, or like a detox.
Complete. And I mean, even the physiological effects of the aqua sacha itself, like, actually cleans your blood, it cleans your gut, it cleans your liver, it cleans your kidneys. So like the plant actually does some cleansing as well. And so, yeah, man, not to get disgusting, but when I finally did get food back after even the broth was enough to break the floodgates. And the stuff that was coming out of my rear end, it's unlike anything I've ever seen before. And it's like, where is all this coming from, and why does it smell so bad? Because I haven't had any food for.
Well, I mean, is it like, it's probably like the parasites or if you had any parasites or anything like that in your body, I'm assuming it flushes all of that stuff out.
Yeah, man. I would say, I mean, I'm not like looking at it and inspecting it or anything like that. And I don't want to pretend like I'm more educated than I am on the situation. However, I would guess that's probably what's happening. Anything that's impacted in your bowel over, long periods of time. I lost 13 pounds while I was there, and I've since gained a lot of that back because I'm back in the gym and lifting and, on my bullshit. Plus the quality of food here in the United States sucks compared to what you get in Peru. I mean, that's just a fact. All the preservatives and shit that we have, like, it's not the same. But yeah, man, like, it was like I came back from isolation to get ready for fourth ceremony. So you come down that afternoon, kind of sit around in silence and isolation some more before fourth ceremony. And I actually looked at myself in the mirror for the first time in 9 days, and I was like, holy shit, I'm skinny. And to be honest, that's the closest to 200 pounds I've been since I was a teenager. I came home. I was probably at one point under 200 pounds before I got home from Peru. I just didn't have a scale. When I got home, the night I got home, I weighed in at 201.9 pounds.
I can't even tell you the last time I was around the 200 mark.
Yeah, I mean, and this morning I weighed in at 210, so which is a good fluctuation for me. I'm back in Florida, drinking a lot more water because it's way hotter here and more humid. And plus the exercise. I've been lifting for 6 times since I've been home, and I haven't even been home 2 weeks yet. I looked in the mirror. I was like, I'm skinny. Like, I'm skinny. More of the skin from all the original weight loss kind of tightened itself up, and so I have less floppy skin at the bottom of my belly now.
Yeah.
The people who have seen me around here in person, just the night I got home or the day after, looked at me and were like, you actually, like, there's something physically different. You look different. And could I put my finger on what it is? No, I don't know. I've been writing about it this week, as some of you who follow me will know. And best I can tell is it's just like I have a new attitude, and I'm done giving energy to things that don't give me energy back. This is the first real thing I've done since I've been home. I really haven't done any work since I've been home. I've been putting it off, kicking the can down the road. So this is a nice kind of like jump right back in kind of thing. But really reevaluating everything, man. Like, I don't know that I'm going to have a podcast anymore for a while at least. And maybe not shutting it down completely, but also not in a hurry to record again. And I haven't recorded in 4 months. I haven't put anything out in 4 months, which for me is a rarity. I put out almost 200 in 2 years. So just reevaluating everything, like, completely changed my outlook on where I'm going and where I want to be and what I want to do. And really protecting my energy from, look, man, I mean, it's not a secret. I told you about this. I came back and turned my phone on to well over 700, 800 notifications. And of those, there was only about 5% of people who like noticed that I had disappeared and actually cared. Everybody else just wanted something from me.
Right.
What can I do for them? And I'm kind of done playing that game, man. That makes me feel like shit, and I don't want to feel like shit, and I don't have to.
It's a good eye opener, you know. Real quick, Ryan Hunt, good morning. Ken, good morning to you. Appreciate you guys jumping on. I see a couple of the others over different platforms. Welcome. Thank you. Adam Peters is with us from the Strategic Veteran, longtime friend now for a couple of years, part of the HMG network, big supporter, and just a dear friend. And if you're just joining us now, kind of recapping his trip to South America. Adam, let me ask you this. Is this, you know, the ayahuasca stuff is getting to be more popular particularly in the veteran community. Is this something that you would recommend vets to do as they're getting out of the military, or if they're having issues, or is it just something that you know, if somebody needs a deep cleanse or just a kind of a restart, if you will, is this something that you recommend people to do? And then what if somebody out there that's watching this or listening to this, how do they prepare for something like this?
Yeah, man. So do I think everybody should do it? Yes and no. I think the world would be a much better place if everybody was doing psychedelics. I just genuinely believe that for a lot of reasons. The sense of spirituality that you get, the love that you get filled with, the connectedness that you feel. However, that said, it's not for everybody, man. Medically, it's not for everybody. If you have certain conditions, you're on certain medications, you can't, because they'll actually fry your brain. If you're looking for another escape, or you're just chasing another high, you're going to have a real bad time. It's going to punish you, and it's not going to be good for you. Wow. So I do think that, yes, it is for everybody, with some caveats. You know, you need to be intentional about why you're doing this. Like that's rule number one, first and foremost. It's not just because I want to have the experience. That's not a good enough reason. You know, also it's got to be, you know, kind of in the industry, if you will, or whatever. They say that the medicine calls to you. It works on you before you even taken it. You know, that's real, at least in my case, especially with experience with the medicine now. But you know, you should kind of look for signs that maybe like this is the thing. For me, it wasn't an option. When I discovered it, everybody kind of knows this story. I listened to a lot of podcasts before I had a podcast, and the Sean Ryan show is really responsible for turning me on to even this as a methodology of healing. And I originally started seeking the same place that he went to do Ibogaine and 5-MeO DMT. Found out real quick that they don't cater to anybody that's not special operations. Long story short, I eventually got picked up by Heroic Hearts Project, and I was at the end of my rope. I was ready to kill myself. And so for me, my only intention when I went down the first time was like, hey, I'm going to participate in everything that this retreat has to offer, literally everything. Like if there's an event, I'm doing it. And then I'm going to keep an open mind about this stuff because it was taboo to me. I had never done any psychedelic whatsoever. The only drug I had any experience with was cannabis, really. And so, you know, I was a dare kid, and that shit worked on me. Like I was afraid of drugs, man. So, you know, I believed all the hype around the psychedelics and all that. So for me, my intention when I went the first time was to keep an open mind and participate in everything. And I really think that served me really well. Now, if you're just going to chase another high, you're probably going to be one of those people that shits themselves and that pukes all over themselves and has a terrible, you know, quote unquote bad trip. And I think that's true with any psychedelic that you come across, LSD, psilocybin, you know, MDMA, whatever it is that you're into. If your intentions aren't right, you're not going to have a great time. So now, if people are interested, it's real simple. Go to Amakaya, AMAKAYA.org. Read everything on the website because it's going to give you all the information that you need to know. And I suggest you stop there. Don't go read a bunch of books. Don't go asking other people about their journeys. Damn sure don't come and ask me about my journey because I won't give you any information. And that's by design, because I want to protect your journey. I don't want to set expectations for you. I want you to set your own intentions and avoid expectations, because if you avoid the expectations, you will end up getting the most out of these trips that you can possibly get. And then if you're still interested, there's a link on the website to email my partners, Jonathan and Kaisa, who will start the intake and find out if you're a good candidate to come and do this.
Real quick, Rocky Mountain Life Prospecting. Good morning. Appreciate you jumping on. Thank you. I'm going to put this back up. Ryan Hunt said this. Thank you for the comments, Ryan.
Yeah, it's so true what you're saying, Ryan. It's just we all know that, and until you actually like force yourself to do it, it's so hard to practice what you preach.
Right. Yeah, it's something else. I'm getting sidetracked here. I got the family here.
Is mom there?
Yeah. Hey, you're being requested on live. Adam Peters says, so go ahead. The camera's right there. Just peek in and say hello. Come
Hi,
on.
Mom.
She's too afraid to jump in. Mrs. HMG is here. Everybody. We've seen Little Bird the last couple weeks. There's Mrs. HMG. He's here. Adam, he says hi. Hi, Mom.
Hi. How was your trip?
Oh, it was rough. We were just talking about that. It was rough.
Yeah.
It was good though.
Good. Learn a lot about yourself out there in the wilderness by yourself.
Every time. Every time. Yep.
All right.
Good. I'm glad you're back safe.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you guys. Yeah. So, a couple weeks ago, you get Little Bird. Now you get Mrs. H, who's never been. That's actually Mr. Peters. That is the very first time in the history of this show that Mrs. HMG has been on live.
You're welcome.
She has never been on.
You're welcome.
Ken, yep, Ken's met her before. Yeah, the better half. Yeah, very much so. Very, very much so. I see my pops watching up in Wisconsin. Hi, morning, Pop. Yeah, to go back to what you just said, Adam, is like I haven't done it myself. I'm not experienced. I don't feel it being called to me, although I find it very fascinating, the people that do it. And everybody that I've talked to or interviewed about it have said, it's not one of those you had mentioned just a minute ago. If you're chasing the next high, that's not what it's. You have to have a purpose for doing it, and some clarity on why you're going in to do it. And the ones that have gone in with, I would say 9 out of the 10 people that I've talked to have gone in with a purpose and what they were hoping to get out of it, and they did, because they had some clarity going into it. One person went in, had no idea what they were doing, was just kind of, I guess would say, chasing the high, and
they didn't have a great experience.
They did not have a great experience at all. Like, it was terrifying for them.
I want to caveat that too. Just because you have the right intentions, it's also not going to be, this, like, it's still going to be rough. Fourth ceremony for me this time was, I mean, it was intense.
When you say ceremonies, just Adam, just for clarification, like for those viewers and the listeners, how long does a ceremony last?
About 6 hours.
Okay.
Now, how long will you be in the medicine? That just depends. Depends on how fast you metabolize it. Depends on when it actually, for me, it's really interesting because I kind of feel like this time I leveled up a little bit, like just in the work with, my partners, Jonathan and Kaisa. This one was really intimate because everybody bailed on the retreat this year. Nobody had any money or whatever. So nobody actually came. We didn't have the retreat center. So we did this at Jonathan and Kaisa's property. The Maloka was the middle of their living room with Maestro, and kind of the whole ceremony setup. But we started talking about this and really started getting into the work about like, hey, am I broken because like I drank the medicine and, Maestro's singing and he's like 3 Icaros deep before I blast off and like the medicine works. It's like, no, Kaisa has the same problem for her. it's always, later. And then, for Jonathan, he like blasts off immediately within 20 minutes. The other person that was there, whom I won't mention, he blasted off pretty quick, and I'm just like laying there like, okay, and that's part of it, man, is like making sure you keep your mindset right too. It's like, you set the intention, you drink the medicine, you go back to your mat, the lights go out, and you just sit there and wait. And it's like, can you avoid all of the negative things in your head so that when you do blast off, you get the lessons and the intention from the medicine itself. I don't know, until you've had the experience, that's probably really hard to understand. I know a lot of this is hard to understand because so many people want more, and so much of what happens when you're drinking ayahuasca or another plant for that matter. I mean, ajo sacha is not psychoactive. However, it does make you dream lucidly and gives you some really important lessons and kind of rewires your brain. I encourage everybody to go look up ajo sacha and read about it from the Shipibo perspective. It's called Warrior's Fire. It's really interesting, like what it does. And actually, because Ryan and his comment, the main purpose for it is for those of us who have trouble maintaining boundaries, which I think is not an accident, and why the medicine chose me and all of that. There's thousands of master plants that you can diet. And so it's not an accident that ajo sacha was picked for me and chose me or whatever, because that was the thing that I needed to overcome. But, all of this stuff, man, it's really hard to put to words. One, because it is taboo. It's not something that we were all kind of exposed to growing up. I mean, Reagan, in fact, was the one that Schedule 1'd all these things because, they open your mind and let you see the world in a different way. And I don't think we want that. So it's taboo and it's hard to explain. Plus, there's just not words that we can grasp at to explain what you're going through.
Because it's different for everybody.
Well, first of all, yes, it's different for everybody, but also kind of what you experience is not of this world, man. And that's like really all I can say about that is like, it's you're going to a different plane of existence and learning more about kind of the universe and how it works, if you will. And you just can't put words to that because you can't comprehend what you're seeing or what's going on. And I will be honest, I don't get a lot of visuals when I'm in the medicine, but it's this otherworldly feeling that kind of you transcend whatever plane of existence we're living on. Yeah, there you go, Ryan. Absolutely.
Hit the nail on the head right there. I think, and for somebody that hasn't done it, it's a journey. That's another word you use. I've heard a lot of people refer to it as a journey. I've always, based off of what I've learned from talking to other people that have done it, it's a very much a very spiritual
if you're not
journey on a different dimension.
You will be when you come back.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no question there's a higher power out there. The universe is intelligent design. I don't care what you think about what I'm saying right now. You'll never convince me otherwise. So, to all the naysayers out there who are like, oh, this guy, like, go have the experience and you'll come back and you'll understand.
It is plant-based, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, the shit grows here. Like it's all natural. Right.
Adam, if you want, or if you would please, as we're getting ready to kind of transition over to hit some topics, news topics and stuff. Why don't you go ahead and put your Substack in the comments for everybody that's interested. They can follow you over on your Substack and whatnot. Because you did mention earlier that you did write about this.
Well, I'll be continually writing about this. I don't even know how to share my Substack.
Or just go to the Facebook page and put it in the comments, and I'll copy it into the other stuff later. All right, that's any final thoughts on this as you and I get ready to transition to some of the other things I want to talk about with you with you today.
No, man. Just like if you're seriously interested in plant medicine, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you about it. Like, I work in this space. I partnered with Amakai because they're doing it the right way. And as plant medicine becomes more mainstream, particularly being brought to the United States where this stuff doesn't grow. And I now know how to smuggle it into the country. I know how they're doing it. Like, it's a money grab here, and they're not setting up the integration process, and they're not talking about intentions. They're just trying to get your money. So if you're at the end of your rope and you're looking for something that's different, that I think definitely works, may not be as profound as what I got the first time for you. However, I definitely think it's an option. Please reach out to me. I'm happy to talk about it, to help coach you through it. I am certified as a psychedelic integration coach, so I can help you, integrate your experience as well. I was telling Adam this morning, I'm about to go to Mexico and go have an experience with Ibogaine and really hopefully start the path to becoming a facilitator with this. So like, I actually care about this space, and I'll do you right. So if you really are curious, like, I'll make time to have the conversation with you. What I won't do is I won't help you set expectations. I will protect your journey as much as possible.
Nice. Appreciate it, brother. Rocky Mountain Life Prospecting. We work with animal here, putting this up here, mental health here in the Rockies, animals and nature, excuse me. I love it. Another good therapy stuff. I got into, I'm out east, so I do some equine therapy. I work with horses from time to time. I've been doing that on and off. That's kind of a thing. And then, of course, those of you that have followed me for the last, dozen years or so know that I grew up in Wisconsin, hunting, fishing. So I just being an outdoors guy, period. There's a lot of different therapies out there for people. So this is good that we're bringing that up. Okay, now what we're going to do, guys, we're going to transition. We got a couple of news topics that I want to talk about here. Give me just a hot second here so I can see if I can even see these.
I'll be right back, brother.
Yeah, you're good, bro. While he's doing that, I want to do a hero spotlight real quick. And I hope I say this lady's name right, but it's Jeanette Eno, E-N-O. She's a Marine veteran. Jeanette was honored on Women's Veterans Recognition Day on July 2nd, so earlier this week, or yesterday rather, excuse me, at 102 years old. She's 102 years old. She is believed to be the oldest living woman Marine veteran in the world right now. I think that's awesome. She turns 103 on August 9th. So I think this is I don't know. It's just cool hearing something like that. So Jeanette, if you're out there, if somebody
in the World War I
sees this and you just happen to see this, thank you, ma'am, for being the example for generations after you to join the service, especially for the women Marines out there. I think that's absolutely awesome. So, yeah, I mean, that's the hero spotlight for today on that. Army football, you guys know I have to bring it up. I know some of you are like, oh, God, here we go. Yep, it's almost that time. Army football is the countdown's on. The reception day for class of 2030 happened on June 29th. Summer camp starts 6th through the 9th. It's already sold out for the youth. Preseason practice opened July 30th. And Coach Jeff Munkin, great. If you've never had a chance to sit down with Coach Munkin, he's an incredible human being. He's heading into his 13th year. And they've got a lot, some QBs that are coming back this year. They've got a stronger defense. I think that's going to happen this year with some new recruits that they've picked up. Season opener is September 5th versus Bryant at Mitchkey Stadium. And it's going to be the grand opening of the preservation project that they've been working on for the last couple of years up there. We will be up there hopefully for at least 2 home games this year. To give you some ins and outs and give you maybe a tour of some of the stuff that they've done over the last year up there at West Point. So always a good time when we get to spend some time with our colleagues up there. Okay. A couple of stories I want to cover now. And this is where
Oh boy.
it's going to be fun. We're getting ready to celebrate America 250th birthday tomorrow, right? And when I was putting this together, I found out there's actually two different types of parties going on. You have America 250, which is what the news is calling non-partisan. And then you have the Freedom 250, which was going to be really at the White House. So I'm going to start with the Freedom 250. Salute to America, July 4th at the National Mall. Doors open at 5 p.m. Fireworks are going to happen at 10:30. It's going to be military bands. Lee Greenwood's supposed to be singing, I believe.
We got to talk about the fireworks too.
What's that?
We got to talk about the fireworks.
Give me a second. We'll jump back to that in a second. But I heard they have the Navy Blue Angels. They've got the Air Force Thunderbirds that are going to be doing flyovers. They also talk about what is it? There's the state fair. There's the fair going on down there right now as well. And then they talk about some of the other stuff that's going to happen throughout the rest of the year. The Freedom 250, the Grand Prix IndyCar race in DC in August. Freedom trucks, I don't know, a bunch of other stuff going on. Anyway, they and then they talked about the UFC fight that's already happened. But then they have America's 250, and it's basically block parties all over the nation. You go to LA Memorial Coliseum. They got a show going on. It starts at 9:30. Tickets are $18 to get into the block party there. They have Boston, New York, basically anywhere you're at. So my question is, where are you guys going to be for tomorrow, America's 250? Adam, let's talk about fireworks. You brought something up. What's fireworks?
I just saw this last night and it's mind-blowing. So a typical like big city fireworks show will use like 80,000 artillery shells. Wow. 80,000. What they're using for the Freedom 250 is 875,000. It's going to break the world record for biggest fireworks display ever. And the little kid in me is like, that's fucking badass. The taxpayer in me is like, why are we wasting our fucking money on this? Like, because I'm pretty anti fireworks. Like, I think it's like, yeah, it's cool, but I'm not spending my money on it. Like, they're expensive and you're just blowing your money up. So I just don't do it. So to answer that other question, I'm going to be in my backyard watching all the neighbors shoot their fireworks off. And hopefully I'll get to see a SpaceX rocket. That's enough for me. But 875,000, that's so many. It's supposed to be like 37 minutes long or something like that.
It's a bit excessive.
I mean, like, I get it though. Like, you only turn 250 once. It's a pretty big deal.
I mean,
250 is not insignificant.
I know. I mean, it's
you know what I'm saying?
Here's my since you're bringing it up, here's Adam Bird's little conspiracy. All right, let me throw in the little conspiracy. Right, I don't know where you guys have been or where you guys are. Most of you, we got the Rocky Mountains. They're up in the Rockies there, and they clock out at 9,400 feet. They just Ken, no fireworks for us. Pocket fire 20. Yeah, Arizona hardly ever have fireworks.
You burn the
at least growing up, because they always start fires in the desert. The pocket fire is at here, I'm gonna put this up. Ken out there, so no fire. Pocket fire, which is happening right now in Arizona, northern Arizona, 21,000 acres at the moment by Sedona. It's in that area because you had the Prescott. Was it the 19 several years ago? I remember as in high school down in Tucson, the Catalina Mountains, the entire side of the mountain was on fire down there. It's hard to get. Here's the other thing with the fireworks, and this is again Rocky Mountain just said, what do they have? They have no fireworks up here, way too dry. So you guys are making this argument for. I love this. Keep them coming. I haven't even said what I wanted to say yet. Here's the thing. It's been raining nonstop for like weeks, right? And then all of a sudden, like the last couple of days, I say couple of days, like the last, we'll say 4, have been in like high 90s, and then the last like 2 have been like over 100. Like it's hot here in North Carolina. It's hot. It's hot. It's just hot up and down the East Coast. Like back in Pennsylvania, it hit 102 the other day for 2 days in a row. Like you just walk outside and you're like, oh, you know. And it's not a dry heat either, as you know, Adam. You're from Pennsylvania and you're down in Florida. It's like you walk outside. It's like when it gets hot. So this is my conspiracy, right? It's America's 250th, right? Picture this, America's 250. We're getting ready to celebrate. Everybody's all like, yeah, it's great to be alive. And then the government comes in and says, turn on one of the weapons, the weather weapon system. Let's make it hot so they can't celebrate. Sons of bitches. I'm sorry. I had to throw something in there. No? Is that too conspiracy for people? Okay.
It's funny, man. I worked with a guy in the sod farms, and he's a flat earther, you know, like, yeah. Okay. But he also believed that all the hurricanes that hit Florida were all government conspiracies. They turned on the weather machine and they aimed the hurricane directly where they want it to go. And I was like, man, like as a pilot, having studied weather, it's like it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Somebody's got to have something to talk about. I have to be the one. Every now and then. Now you guys know. I end the show. It's like, hey, don't believe everything that I say. Search for yourself, kind of thing, whatever. And I believe that. But there are some things out there that you just kind of like, huh? I could see where that might make sense. Let's dive into that a little bit. I don't know. The whole fireworks thing, I'm sure it's just the weather's just getting nicer. It is summertime, and let's be honest, over the years, we've had plenty of years where you couldn't do the fireworks because it was too hot or too dry or drought. Speaking of drought, Adam, and since we've got people down in Arizona watching right now, last month, and I didn't bring this up last month, but there is an update. The San Carlos Lake in Arizona, it's about 130 miles out of Phoenix, has been closed now for nearly a month. The entire fish population of that lake died off due to the worst winter drought in 20 years, combined with water law requiring dam releases to downstream farmers. Experts say, get this, that it's going to happen again in Arizona.
I mean,
it's listen, when you think Arizona, it's not one of those, oh, there's lakes in Arizona. Yeah, there's Lake Powell way up north. You got Roosevelt Lake down outside of Phoenix, Canyon Lake, and a whole bunch of others up in Flagstaff area. You got Lake Mary and I forget some of the other lakes up there. But anyway, I remember I moved to Flagstaff, Arizona in 1997. It was the fall of 97. And there's a dam. It's like a land dam that you could walk across that separated Upper Lake Mary to Lower Lake Mary. I could lay down flat on my stomach, put my arm in the water, and the water would come up to my shoulder. And then, I don't know, probably late 2000. This was in, mind you, this was in 97, fall of 97. And then around 2005, I went up there to go fishing, and you could walk out. I could walk up to the bottom of the dam and look up, and it was like, I don't know, 17 feet high. And I could walk about 30 yards out into the water before I hit water. I mean, that's how low the water was several years later. I mean, it's just, it's crazy.
Would you believe me if I told you Florida's in its biggest drought ever right now?
Yeah, I see.
We're 44 inches behind for the year, which is, yeah, it's wild, man. It's really wild. It's the first year. So I've been in this house for 3 years. I've got some issues, like my side yard right out this window in my office here is always just standing water. I haven't seen any water there all year. It's wild. Apparently it didn't rain the entire time I was gone. which is kind of unusual. Like we should have had a bunch of rain in May and June. And so, and it's so hot. It's so hot. I was taking care of the yard yesterday and I was like, what am I doing? This is dumb. Like,
and see, again, okay, so now we're talking water. Again, another conspiracy. We're not going to talk about it today. Water rights, because it brought it up with the Arizona, with the San Carlos water rights. That's the next gold rush that they're saying. Anyway, we're not going to do that today, though, because we're celebrating America's 250th, getting ready for that. Last story, Adam, before we get into a couple of the shows that I really want. I know we're coming up on time. Did you see this on the news? Air Force Major arrested near the Capitol there. Active duty Air Force Major Jason Watson was arrested yesterday on the House steps, holding a sign reading "Impeach, Convict, Remove." Allegedly, he's got over 20 years of service. I guess he was on some, depending on which news articles you're reading on this, I guess he was on leave from Poland. He was arrested for crowding and accommodating after Representative Al Green left the area. So some other representatives of Congress were there. What are your thoughts on this? My personal take on this is, if I remember correctly, is you're not supposed to be political while in uniform.
Correct. I mean, that's really my only thought. Like, you broke the rules. Now you get to pay the consequences. Like, you know what it means to wear that uniform.
I love Ken. Ken, I'm not gonna. I threw it up there. I'm not gonna say it, but that's yeah. You broke. Here's the thing, though. I look at that and I'm just like, man, that kind of looked like it was set up a little bit. But I think nowadays you have people that are just, I don't know. I'd like to know more of the backstory on Major Watson, and it was this. I don't know. I don't want to say it was set up or anything like that, but it just seemed like, Al Green apparently, from other sources, said that he left the area pretty quickly, and I guess the Capitol Police said, "Hey, Major, you could go over here and do that if you want. You can't do that here." And he refused to, so that's why they arrested him. So it's one of those.
We'll never get the whole story.
What's that?
We'll never get the whole story.
No, of course.
You're going to get whatever narrative, whatever news site you get your information from, to include whatever social media you're getting it from, wants you to see. Jesus, ruthless. Too soon?
Yes. Who's taking over? That's anyway. Hey, listen, Adam. I know you've been gone, brother, but you are part of the HMG family.
Yeah,
our family's grown, and
I've heard.
Yeah, this week alone, since July 1, we've had 2 new shows join the network. I want to share about them real quick.
Since July 1, it's July 3.
I know, right?
What are you doing over there?
I'm busy, baby. I don't know what it's crazy.
Yeah, mister, I'm so worried about, I have shows leaving and I don't know what I'm going to do.
Okay, where is the mute button for him? There we go. Okay, so we've had 2 new shows that started on July 1st. The Riley Grupo show.
Finally.
Yep.
Finally, Riley. Thank you.
Riley, great job. We're proud of you. She's going to be pumping out content. We put out her intro video the other day, and you could see it in the threads on Facebook. So go check that out, or on Instagram. Another new show that we're excited about, Dog Tags to Ownership.
Yeah, I've been tagged on Instagram by them a lot.
Yeah, great organization. And they got some stuff coming up that we'll share here in another week or two when we're back in the home office. But we've got some more stuff coming up with them. So we're excited about those 2 new shows just here in July. And then shows that joined last month, we're going to recap some of those. 4 Years a Slave, one of the new shows. From the Ashes, great show. And friends of ours out in Colorado. They've been friends of ours for several years now, and they've actually they're a network. They've got some other shows on their networks over there as well. Really excited about this next one, The Blue Line Voice, Blood, Sand, and Smoke. Josh is a retired law enforcement officer, out in the mountains. We'll say he's out Wyoming, Montana area, and he's pumping out a ton of content with this show. And he's only been doing it for 30 days, and he's already amassed a large following. He puts on some great interviews. The Blue Line Voice, Blood, Sand, and Smoke, great show. And then another friend of ours, Mr. Peters, Old Ranger, New Dad, our buddy Seth over in Tampa. Stoked about having Seth on with us as well. So 6 new shows in the last month have joined the HMG network and the community that we are building here. So it is awesome. I feel blessed that everybody is coming over, and we've got more coming, which is even more exciting. So looking forward to sharing those. Guys, if you're watching this, go check out heroesmediagroup.com. You can see all the podcasts that are over there.
Award-winning podcasts, apparently.
That's right. Award-winning. That's right, because Mr. Adam Peters, and now that you're here,
actually,
in front of everybody, let me say this. Congratulations. For those of you that don't remember, a couple weeks ago, I was talking about our trip out to LA. Adam could not be there because he was in South America, and I got to go up and receive the award on his behalf. But Adam won an award at the National Social Media Awards a couple weeks ago. So congratulations, brother. It'll be in the mail next week when I get home.
Well, so I wanted to take the opportunity to thank all of those who apparently voted for me, even though I asked, because I couldn't be there, to be pulled off of the list altogether. So thanks to everybody that voted. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you voted, but I'm really grateful. It's awesome. And it was really cool to turn my phone on to all the messages from the HMG family that was actually there seeing, because I had no clue until, I don't know, like July 19th or June 19th when I turned my phone back on. I had no idea that I had even won anything. I forgot it was even going on. Like, I get a picture from Riley and Ashley, and it's like, what? What do you mean? I won something?
Well, listen, real quick. All right, I want to cover just a couple quick shows. Go check out Vet SOS podcast. They got new content out this week. Misfit Nation podcast got some new shows out this week. People's Patriot Project every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. They've got some new stuff out this week. We got some shows that are on doing their summer vacation with the families, as they should be, because family first. Don't forget that. And then I want to talk about real quick the Decision Hour with yours truly. Adam, we had our buddy Joe from Mopod on. This was such an awesome interview, man. I had so much, and we always have a good time when we're talking with Joe, right? But he absolutely killed it. We talked about why your podcast isn't being seen or listened to. We talked about his, how his, kind of his venture capitalist background, how he started Mopod, and then we actually got into AI a little bit. We dug into the AI, geeked out on that a little bit. So this was a great episode to have, the Decision Hour. If you're a podcaster out there, this is definitely one that you definitely want to check out. There's a lot of information that Joe puts out, and there's actually a free chart. If you go to charts.mopod, that's MOWPOD.com, go check that out. You can see where your podcast ranks and how you can make it better. So he's dropping a ton of knowledge on this week's episode on that. So Joe, if you're watching this, brother, we appreciate you, man. We love you.
Yeah, we do. Joe's such an awesome dude. You guys should just all reach out to Joe.
Right.
Joe's amazing.
Yeah, he's so much fun to be around too, man. And he's certainly the life of the party when we're around him. So I love it. Hey, Adam, I appreciate you being on this week with me. I'm glad to have you back.
Dude, I absolutely love doing this with you.
I appreciate it. I got to give a shout out to some of our community partners. We got a new community partner called StasFab. Go check him out on Instagram. It's under Prospect Hill Flag CO on Instagram. Go check him out. Our buddy Stas does metal work. Great stuff. The Standard with Riley Grupo. Go check out. That's her business. Go check her out. Maker's Machine. We have Forget Genetics, which is a veteran-owned, family-run organization for all you hunters out there. Make sure you check this organization out. Green Valley Hunters Paradise. for all you outdoorsmen, I love this organization. I go up there a couple times a year. We're going to be back there the beginning of August for another motocross event. So if you're out in that area, come check us out. Let us know. My tax fella, if you are a small business owner and you need help, I'm horrible with numbers. Shocker, I know, right? I hate doing the numbers and the receipts and doing all the bookkeeping, all that other crap. I know what I'm not good at. It's that I'm not good at that stuff. Go to mytaxfella.com. They have stuff and people there that will help you get organized. Plus, they've been doing our taxes for the last decade, and they do an amazing job. So go check them out, mytaxfella.com. And then starting August 1st, we're coming up. Our sister company, HMG Beverage, is going to be doing affiliate programs. So I'm making the announcement here live right now. You guys are holding me accountable for it. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm already kicking myself in the ass for saying it out loud, but we are going to have affiliate programs that are going to be offered through HMG Beverage. If that's something that you're interested in, drop a comment below and or hit me up, text message or email us at media@heroesmediagrp. So that's it. Roger, thank you. Roger, appreciate you jumping on. Adam Peters, thank you so much, brother, for jumping on. I'm glad you're home safely, and it's good because you and I, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be bouncing ideas back and forth on moving forward. So thank you for that. Adam, any parting words before we let everybody go?
And protect your energy. Just protect your energy, man. That's it. That's all I got. Like, that's the biggest lesson I learned in the last month. Like, honestly, like the best way I could describe that is, you know, I was doing everything for everybody else and not taking care of me. And I felt like I had to be balls to the wall all the time. That's just simply not true. I'm so much more productive when I just move at my own pace. So protect your energy, move at your own pace. It's your journey ultimately, so just do it the way you want to do it and fuck what everybody else says.
I love it. I love it. Rocky Mountain, I see you guys. I'll be in touch later, early next week. Appreciate you guys jumping on. Piggyback off of what Mr. Peters just said, everybody. Hey, if you can't fill other people's cup if yours is empty.
Truth.
Right? Take a step back this weekend. And what a great weekend to do it, right? Get off the internet. Don't get the 45-degree syndrome. Shut everything down. Spend some time with friends, family, do the barbecue, watch fireworks if that's your thing, or just go for a walk, get out in nature. Fill your cup this weekend so next week you can get back to filling up others, all right? God bless you. God bless America. Happy birthday, America, 250th. We're proud to be here. We'll see you guys next week. Take care, everybody.